Alrighty, so I was doing some off-screen wood cutting and fishing, and I found out that the reason why in the last episode I wasn't able to use Discudgeon oil is because it's actually a tier 3 material. I don't think I'm able to craft them together, but now I'm able to craft another relic. And using this ingredient pouch that you have, I am using some crafting ingredients to make another relic. The Banishing Relic of Power. It is at 100% durability because crafted items, as I stated before, has a limited durability. This one, because I used some rotten flesh, which has the passive effect of giving anywhere from 2 to 4% increased damage, I have plus 10% main attack damage on here. Probably not going to be using this because the out still outclasses it, as well as having a 5% EXP bonus. And I do like the extra walk speed and health when using it. However, I did want to showcase this as well as demonstrating... I did want to still showcase this as well as level up a little bit of my woodworking abilities. Now with that out of the way, back to the normal video. Yo, what's up guys, Wazard here, and welcome back to more Wynncraft. Previously, we started the quest Cooking Assistant, and today we are going to fix that. We are going to gather some ingredients, 2 eggs, a bucket of milk, and 3 wheat grains for the cook, as well as find what else is on this left side of Ragni. So going over here, I see that there's this giant farm, which begs the question, why is it difficult to find wheat grains if there's literally wheat stock right here? So, at the very beginning I got a wheat scythe, specifically because it would be a lot easier if I just had one from the start. So now I don't need to find one, and instead I can just go off and get some wheat string. But we need wheat grains. I knew that. So by right-clicking instead, you can actually get the grain instead of it. The string will come in handy later. So with that, we got wheat grains, and in total we need 3 of them. So I need to go find another tall set of wheat grains and harvest them. Apparently there's not over here. You would think with how much wheat there is in this farm that the cook would be able to just get it whenever he wants, but apparently not. But that will take us over in this direction. The north entrance of Ragni. Yes, this seems weird. I kept instinctively wanting to call this place the west exit. Ooh, a chest. Nice. Getting more emeralds is always nice. Looking at my inventory here, I can put this back into the root. Can put that back in. Crafting materials are unable to go into the pouch. Crafting ingredients are distinct. It's a relatively minor difference, but either way, it means you can't just put normal items or the main basis of the crafting items into your inventory's pouch. They must be left in your inventory or put into an ender chest or given to somebody else. But with that, we see that there's this area that was discovered, Katoa Ranch. Another chest is always nice to find. More free food, more free loot, always appreciated. So over here, you can get some more grain. And one more over here. Don't attack me, zombie. Alright, so with that out of the way, we got all of the wheat that we needed. However, luckily we're on a ranch. You'd think these scarecrows work better for those zombies, but I guess the zombies probably think it's something quite like them. Welcome to Katoa Ranch. This farm is most famous for its milk, though recently the cows that produce it have been going missing. That doesn't sound very nice, because we need some milk and eggs. Need 1 bucket of milk and 2 eggs. So if we see Drail's house over here, cow house, this will become important a little bit later, but it's good to take note of it. Also, there's zombies in here. Yeah. Anyway, so there's a woodworking station, Elmas's cow house. Seems as though pretty much all of these cows are missing. Oh, that's a lot more stuff than I was expecting. Ooh. Can't use this for a little while. I think the leggings and the boots will be the most useful. I'll drop the wand. I'll take that, add that. Taking the fire powder. Powders are really, really useful for not only buffing your elemental damage at the cost of other types of elemental damage. They vary based off of the powders, but they also have other effects in addition to that. They're a great crafting ingredient, but you can also add it to ingredients after you to unique, legendary, rare items. But you need to visit a powder master. We haven't met one yet, but there's one in Detlas. No one saw that. Anyway, let's try and look for the owner of this place. So there's a bucket merchant over here. 4 emeralds for a bucket. Not bad. But I don't have enough inventory space. I think this is a good time to go back over to Ragni, go to the bank, and showcase the exchanging of emeralds into emerald blocks. So, I will see you guys then. Alright, while I was on my way back, I managed to complete another daily objective, looting some chests, granting another 300 experience points. Anyways, I'll see you at the bank. Alright, now, at the bank here, first, I need to deposit some stuff. Alright, so I will be using this page of the bank primarily, mostly because I don't want to use any of my other items, but if I will dip into those, just because of convenience sake or trying to show something off, I will make specific note of that. I'll keep the wheat grains in my inventory over here, put this tier 3 material. As I was saying earlier in the intro to this, the gudgeon oil, if I were to make a relic out of this, I would need 2 tier 3 gudgeon oils, because the crafting recipe requires 2 gudgeon oils and 1 wood, and I could not use any different kind. Anyway, I don't need any wood in my inventory for the time being. I'll put this paper in here too. The decrepit sewers key I'll keep over here, and then I'll identify these boots after this quest. I can now use the birchwood relic, but I think I'll be sticking with the out. I guess you could say it outclasses the other relics that I have so far. Anyways, I'll put the powder in here too. Alright, now that I've made inventory space, because you cannot do this with a full inventory, there we go. Emerald blocks. All the way to page 9. Alright, so I will be keeping primarily normal emeralds in my inventory, because oftentimes loot chests will have them, and it's good to stack as well as have some cash on hand. If I needed to buy something, I'd probably take out an emerald block and convert it in advance. But, with that out of the way, let's go back. Alright, back at the bucket merchant. You can find a milk bucket. Very easy, you don't need to actually milk the cows. And then lastly, it says that we need to find 2 eggs. Well, first, my first instinct is to say let's just murder some of these chickens. Because yes, they do drop eggs. I'm actually gonna keep this in my normal inventory just so that I can see it clearly. So just slaughter a few chickens because obviously that is how you get eggs. What, you're telling me you don't kill chickens for their eggs? Exactly. Anyways, so now that we have that, I just want to kill a few other things. It's worth noting that there's a tool merchant here. This is how you're able to get the, all of the tier 1 gathering tools that if you did not grab them previously at the tutorial area. However, you can also get the tier 2. Tier 2s require a specific level in woodcutting, fishing, farming, and mining respectively. I will be upgrading my tools as I get them, and I will be showing that. But for now, I am stuck at a lowly tier 1. I think we're coming up on the next level here. Combat level. Thin quill. Thin quills are nice, but I don't think I'm a high enough level to craft any of those yet. Crafting all of these different skills, of course, can be a little bit tedious, but crafting custom items way later in the game make a big difference. Alright, and with that, combat level 8, we get a new quest and 2 more skill points. As per usual, we're going to go in strength. Once I get to level 11, I will start investing in a little bit of intelligence, just to reduce the mana cost, because then I'll probably start using the totem more. But because of how high damaging this class is, I haven't really needed to use a totem in just normal running around combat. Unidentified spear. It's generally worth it to identify the objects before you sell them to some kind of blacksmith. That way that you actually get the full value out of it. However, certain spears, it's kind of a gamble in that sense, because certain, not necessarily just spears, but certain items might be a little bit under the value when you were to identify it. So just keep that in mind. Generally, I will, just because it gets rid of the inventory space. It might cost a few emeralds, but there's always the chance that you get a profit. Anyway, the cook. Great, you've got all the ingredients. I can't thank you enough. Here, take these emeralds for your trouble. My awful Italian accent. Ooh, wow. Also, have a small slice of the cake, too. Don't tell anyone about it, though. It's an ingredient you can use in your recipes to make them more powerful and delicious. You know how to craft items, right? Cooking works the same way. You should use it before it goes bad. Right, we get the royal cake slice. It adds health regen as well as walk speed. You need it for cooking and alchemism. I'd probably recommend it in alchemism more so, but that's just me personally. And now we put this in here. Alright. Now looking at the quest book, we have quite a few that we're able to start now. I think we'll save Tunnel Trouble for later because we're going to be staying in the Ragni area, but we need to go all the way to Detlas for that. But the Sewers of Ragni infested plants and underwater. I think the Sewers of Ragni is a great place to start. So we need to go to -890, -1874, which conveniently enough is almost purely in this direction. So as we're heading out, it is worth noting that because of the nature of me trying to sweep as many of these quests as possible, we will be in Detlas for a little bit longer before starting to explore out. By no means is this any quote-unquote optimal way of playing. It's just the way that I want to do it for the sake of showing as many quests as I can. Emphasis on as many because there are seasonal quests. But as of recording this, it is December, so the Christmas event should be up by the time I am high enough level. Alright, here we go. We got another crafting ingredient. I keep right-clicking that, thinking that that's how you do that. Unfortunately, it's not. A pretty high-level chest plate, if you ask me. Alright, and then Earth Powder 2. Earth Powder 2, so it's not just a Tier 1. Alright, Genprist. Soldier, good timing. We've been requesting help for ages. Looks like we have a blocked pipe in the sewers. No wonder no one wanted the job. I'm gonna need you to get your hands dirty. I'll need some assistance with the blockage. Meet me up at the hill at the sewer entrance, just right of this big drain here. Alright, so as you can see, this is the decrepit sewers entrance. This is the first dungeon that most players go through, mostly because it's a level 9 area. However, if you try to approach it, a bone-chilling scream can be heard from inside the sewer, and that's probably not exactly a good sign. But, as Jen Press said, we need to meet her up at the top. Alright, and here we go, we have another loading zone. Ah, you're already here. Coming up behind you, soldier. Well, here's the brief. We get in, deploy small explosives to dislodge the blockage, and get out. I forgot to mention this won't be without danger. There's all sorts of nasty things in the sewer. Keep your wits up about you. Right, let's go. Let's go indeed. Now, we have entered the sewers. You can see that it contains some corrupted sewage as well as sewer bats. You can see that the corruption has even gotten inanimate objects such as disgusting sewage, which aptly portrayed by cocoa beans. Make of that what you will. Creepy noises. Yeah, no wonder no one wanted this job. Anyway, moving over here. It's probably more worth it to just keep on blazing through, but there is a little bit of experience to be gained by killing these things. They don't really pose much of a threat. Simple parkour. You keep hearing strange screams. Man, I almost feel like something's about to happen. Man. But, you know, who would tell? Anyway, I have no idea how you got ahead of me, Gen Press, considering I went in first. Do you feel like there's something lurking that doesn't want us here? Yeah! Potentially. Anyway, I found the blockage. It's right up ahead. Here's a small explosive. I placed one at the blockage already. If that alone doesn't work, use this. I do like me some explosives. Alright, so it's an untradeable item. It's also a quest item. Ugh, fell in the water. Ugh. Oh well. So, I see that there's an exit over there, but we do have a job to do. We can't just ditch. You know, that's just rude. But you right click. There we go. And now, this is probably really disgusting, but you know what? It doesn't really matter because, yeah, that's why. Alright. Where are we? Huh. It's almost as if it doesn't want us here. Well, anyway, we rode the sewers down to the next part of the pipe. Quest book updated. Find a way out of the spooky sewer. Yeah, I kind of do think that we should get the hell out of Dodge. Just some... Now, instead of just corrupted garbage and sewage, we actually have reanimated beings. So we have some bone crawlers and some skeletons over there. Alright, so if we go over here, it's just a bunch of cobwebs. It's a very decrepit area. I mean, if only that's what, you know, it was named after. It's how it looked, you know? Man, that sounded a lot better in my head. But unfortunately, you're not able to go back over there. You know, this tunnel actually reminds me of the original design of the decrepit sewers. All the dungeons after a certain point went through a massive overhaul. And they were way more immersive as a result. Uh-oh. It's almost as if someone doesn't want us to live. So we just kill that Reaper, and then we get the Reaper's bone. Luckily, we can bash open the door with the Reaper's bone. It's, oftentimes dungeons and other quests will do that just to mandate you kill a certain enemy to move on. And it's a 100% drop rate. Alright. Ooh. You know, if there's anything that I'm good at, it's right-clicking. Well, this is embarrassing. Yeah, you know, this doesn't happen very often. Is this server restarting? No. Weird. Right click. Okay, that's a little weird. Yeah. Well, this is awkward. Right click to break the pillar. I'm 90% sure that I just right clicked. I don't know. Could be wrong. Oh! I knew that. First try! Just moving on up over here. First try. First try. Uh-oh. It's dark. Oh, hi. It's Venom. Punch. Well, he seemed like a pretty trustworthy guy to me. Alright, I think we found a way out of this creepy area. What's that weird sound? It sounds like running water. Well, just like that water, I think we should run. Falling out of there, I believe, will eject you out of this area. However, as you can see, the water is very slowly moving towards us. It's honestly not that hard to get out, but luckily... Yeah, where were you this whole time, Genpress? Ah, you're alive. Looks like we underestimated the amount of sewage. Let's get out of here. You steal the explosive I gave you? Yep. Good, let's use it on this wall. Looks like we can break right through. Man, I wanted to do that. And by doing that, the explosion actually causes the sewer entrance to open. The explosion appears more powerful than expected. And as we escape... No. Did you just open that? Come here immediately. Oh no, this is bad. This is very, very bad. That was sealed for a reason. It used to be the old Ragni prison. It has a horrible history. People hid it here during raids. But over 100 years ago, the Horde found it and killed hundreds. Sounds like a lot. Now the dead remain in there, corrupt. It was sealed to stop them from attacking the city. Rumor has it that Bob, the hero of Wynn, was born in that very prison. And with that, we've completed the sewers of Ragni. There's nothing for it. We have to act. I will inform the High Command. You go in and defeat the leader. That brings us up to level 9. Come on, can I explain something for 1 minute in this game? Apparently not. Thanks being an MMORPG. Alright, now we have the decrepit sewers. It is now accessible for us. This is no longer part of the quest. However, if you have a decrepit sewers key, you are able to go in, give it to the key collector, and tackle the dungeon. I will not be doing that today. However, I do have some more skill points. I think... I'm thinking about how min-maxing this, and I kind of don't want to prioritize defense at all. I could be making a very poor decision here, but I feel like if I'm already going to be at range, I might as well capitalize and maximize the glass cannon status. That being said, I think dexterity and intelligence are worth increasing, because spamming totems and keeping them up for with 100% uptime is going to be important. So having mana reduction by 2% now will have a bigger effect in the future. And it'll also increase as we go on. There's another. So we got some unidentified stuff that we can go and tackle at the identifiers area. Anyway, I think one last thing to do here is start infested plants. So we need to go all the way to -316, -1600, which is quite a distance. But now that we're at a higher level, I think we'll be able to tackle it. But first, off to the item identifier. We probably won't be able to equip any of those, considering it's, I believe, level 10 to 12. But it's worth having on hand anyways, because we are leveling up rather quickly. These early levels tend to go by extremely fast, but they significantly slow down, especially if you don't do quests, which in my original runs of this, I was just an impatient child who simply wanted to just beat up stuff. So going off this way in the exact opposite direction, or not, no, going off this way, we need to go all the way over to, I believe, the middle of the Nivla Woods, which is perfect because it's directly on the way. I totally didn't forget that I needed to go to the identifier. I get distracted a lot. Live commentating is something that I'm relatively new to. So talking and doing stuff isn't exactly my forte, but I do talk a lot, so I figured it wouldn't be that difficult to get into, all things considered. Anyway, I see that there's a few other players going in this direction. It also sucks that sprinting does end up consuming some mana, and I think that's just because the plugin. However, it shouldn't be that bad. It's just a matter of conserving your sprint meter. Alright. Hello, Mr. Doctor Professor. Ooh, I unidentified chest plate. 8 to 12. Okay, so I was wrong. I could... Yes! Alright. I believe that this chest plate is actually always given after this quest. It is always going to be the thoracic. I'm going to be mispronouncing a lot of things. It's untradeable, unfortunately. However, it has some really good stats. Anyway, Soaked Tunic, Combat Min level 13. Definitely not going to be able to equip that for a while. The Spear I'll identify. Alright, I could probably get some items out of that. So now we have our first chest plate. We're finally building up some armor here. 111 max HP now. That's actually pretty good. Definitely increases survivability by a lot. There's another tool merchant over there. Functions identically to the one in Katoa Ranch. Some armor and armor station. Sure, why not? If you really want to grind, I don't think grinding is necessarily an important part. You can if you would like, but at these early levels, getting multiple Decrepit Sewers keys and going through the dungeon a few times is not very hard. It's also a decent source of emeralds. Got another thin quill that'll be useful. Sup, Theric? Alright, so 316, so we're almost there. Welcome to Nivla Woods. It is a spider-infested forest with some zombies. Some of these enemies can actually get pretty high level. I also love how the material notification interrupted the area, the location notification. That sounded pretty interesting. Anyway, Ope. Hello, young traveler. I was recently bit by a spider. Can you believe it? I know, how shocking. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not fit enough to venture in a cave infested with those creepy crawlies to get the medical herb to cure myself. You look like you work as a soldier of sorts. We can clearly see that. You soldiers never had a fashion as your strong suit. Wow, wow. Okay. Anyway, the cave is a bit further behind us, but the only way through is the rooftops. Alright. I do find it very satisfying that with such a high damage kit, just to, like, all the dinks of the killing of the spiders, just one-shotting all of them. Alright, so the quest was updated, so we need to climb this tree. Oh, that's a nesting spider. Ooh, probably gonna wanna... Never mind, I guess I did not need that. See, that's the thing. You do enough damage to the point where you don't necessarily need it. In this case, because it acts as a kill aura of sorts, it's really good for just standing in there, so I should probably do that whenever I manage my inventory. It's a nice safe haven because of how quickly it can just kill some things. Anyway, so going on over here. Well, that doesn't sound very promising. We just keep following the brown carpet and down. So in there is the pit. Also, there's a chest over there that I'm actually gonna... Never mind. Yeah, I successfully broke through the cobwebs. Definitely. That's definitely what happened here. Luckily, I actually have something called range, unlike some other classes. Oh, I love how it's just bouncing. Alright, well, there we go. There we go. So that's starting that kill aura, so any spiders that fall down. Ugh. Alright. Love cobwebs. Spider egg. Ooh. Might wanna... Man, imagine being, like, a warrior and just having to go down to an infestation of spiders, because I believe the bash spell only acts in a conal in front of you and can't go down. At least with the assassin, once you fall, you're able to just spin attack a couple times, because you should have full mana by the time you get down there. Alright, there we go. Ooh, bouncy. I think that's to prevent fall damage. Anyway, come on! Oh, cobwebs. Ooh. Yep, that is definitely a slime block. Just gonna... Lots of creepy noises. Anyways, just left clicking, and we get some saccharum. It's an untradeable item. You need at least one. I'll right click to add. There we go, and there we get out. I think it's their means of saying that you at least got one. I believe you only need one. This quest was also changed. It used to be a cave that you can just freely go in and out of much more easily. Anyway, that sign says go over there to Detlas. Okay, at least 5 minutes. Okay, dude. And there we go. And, well, I love how that triggered, even though I wasn't near him. Anyway, so we got a clean saccharum. I think this calls for a totem. Yeah. Yeah, just casting that kill aura. There we go. Thank God for leveling up, fully healing you. And wow, my inventory is full of a lot of things. Set item. Set items are really good. Fulfilling all of them gives you some set bonuses, as the name suggests. Anyways, ooh, what do I want to throw out? Probably the light oak stick. Probably the least helpful item. Probably is not going to sell for nearly as much. Man, see, the power of kill auras. Anyways, with that out of the way, so as you can see, the dexterity was modified by the equipment. This adds +7 to the dexterity as for completing this quest. Man, so many mobs. Anyways, now with that out of the way, we'll exit the woods. It's weird that you require an empty slot. I mean, it makes sense, but still, it sucks because that it doesn't just auto gather. I think what it does is it takes it into that inventory slot and immediately checks and makes sure that you can throw it in there. And wow, we're already decently the way to the next level. Yeah, leveling up in the early level is, as I said before, extremely fast. Now, I think this is a good place to end off. So once we get to the identifiers, so next time we should be able to start a couple more quests, but also I think we should check out that decrepit sewers. Being level 10, I'm confident in my ability to take out the boss by myself. Anyways, I will see you guys then. Signing out. Okay, you're really picky about this. I know you like your doors, but